Sonic 4 was essentially supposed to be a sequel to the games Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Not many people liked. I myself don't hate these games because, well, I'm not a hater, but I can understand why some people might have mixed thoughts on it. Other than stuff like the gameplay or stages, it doesn't really feel like a Sonic 4, instead it just feels like Dollar Store Sonic 1. Though I can excuse Sonic 4 Episode 2 since that game is actually pretty good compared to Episode 1, it still has a few flaws and I understand why people may not like it. And I decided, you know what? Despite what people think about the game, I see that it has some potential. And if you just tweak it up a bit, maybe it could be good. And so you know what? I thought, what if I rewrote Sonic 4? Okay, there are a few things that I'm going to tell you that's going to be important to know for this rewrite. First up is that I'm not just going to completely change the entire story. The story that it has is pretty fine. I don't feel like I need to change much. What I do feel like I need to do is kind of just, expand on it. And that's what I mean when I say rewrite it. Like add more to the characters, the story, just add more. While also still doing a bit of my own thing as well. Next thing that's important to know is where this version of Sonic 4 is going to take place within the timeline. To set up things that'll happen later on, I'm going to have it so that this version of Sonic 4 takes place before the adventure games. It'll start to make more sense as the story goes on, trust me. Alright, with all that, let's get right on to the rewrite. Sonic the Hedgehog, a blue hedgehog who numerous times had stopped the evil Dr. Eggman, with the help of the many friends he had made on his adventures. A few years had passed, and the evil doctor is still up to no good. With that, the blue blur is up and ready to put a stop to his plans. We cut to a huge ocean with a ton of rocks with bits of grass on it. Sonic is jumping across those rocks to catch up to something. Come on, Eggman, you're not losing me that easily. Eggman rides inside of his Eggmobile, his windshield covering most of its body. Chase me all you want, Sonic. You'll never get your friends back. Sonic's two friends, Amy and Tails, were both stuck in the big capsule. Inside, they yelled, "Help us, Sonic! Save us, please!" Almost there, guys. Hang in there. As Sonic's eyes stayed on the flying vehicle, he also sees it's going to a big island. As he jumps across a few more rocks, he eventually makes it to the island. With that, he takes a big leap, dashes to the Eggmobile, and smashes through the capsule containing his friends. As the capsule lands to the ground, so does Sonic and his friends. Piece of cake. You alright, guys? Tails? Amy? Sonic looks down to see if his friends were okay. He wondered why they're still curled up in balls. That's when he realized those were not his friends. Say psh, please. Son. Sonic's confused look turned into a look of annoyance. This whole time he had been chasing Eggman down to save a bunch of fakes. From above, Sonic is being watched by Eggman, or who Sonic thought was Eggman. He fell for the bait, boss. Good work. Everything is going according to... Alright, gigs up, Eggman. What are you really doing? Sonic interrupts as he kicks the fake Amy ball at the Eggmobile. "Yeah, watch it, you mook!" yelled the one inside the Eggmobile. Not every day I get called that. Come to think of it, you don't speak like that either. Of course I do, Rodent. What are you on about? Sonic then jumps on top of the Eggmobile, making the one inside pretty jumpy, though their real voice slipped out. Hopefully Sonic wouldn't notice this. Is that me or have you lost a couple of pounds? Their silhouette showing through the glass. Oh, you noticed. Well, I've been working out. A lot. Have you? You look a lot shorter than usual. Fire the damn cannon, the hedgehog's onto me. Hey, Eggy, what are you mumbling in there? Hurry! With those words being heard, someone, somewhere, pushes a green glowing button, activating something. Back with Sonic and the fake Eggman, as the blue hedgehog is about to ask more questions, he then notices something shining in the sky. What's going on up there? Yes, finally! Huh? Before they can react, a giant laser zooms down and blasts the island, engulfing it in green flashes of electric lightning. And within seconds, everything fades to white. After what felt like forever, Sonic woke up a bit drowsy, but not harmed. Where am I? Sonic could remember what happened and where he was. Right now, it looked like he had been sent far into another part of the island. This was Splash Hill. This was one of the many green grassed areas that seemed to be in most islands where anthropomorphic animals like him usually come from. Only this one was filled with a lot of rivers, and water that splashed around a lot, hence the name Splash Hill. Though the scenery was nice, Sonic knew right now he had to find where the fake Eggman went and find out what's going on. Sonic runs through the Splash Hill zone. Though he's older, he can still do some of the tricks he could before, but better. Now being able to home on to enemies and zoom to them fast enough to attack. In other words, he can use a homing attack. Man, if I was able to use homing attacks back when Eggman was still new, it would have made things 10 times easier. After running through the 2 acts of Splash Hill, Sonic runs through the 3rd act of the stage, until he is almost hit by a cork zooming towards him. He dodges it before it got another inch close to him. Sonic wondered who tried shooting a cork at him. It wasn't long until he'd find an answer. And that was a shadowy figure in a big hovercraft holding an already fired gun. Blast so close. Have I seen you before? Not in a long time, mate. The mysterious figure is revealed to be none other than Fang the Sniper, one of Sonic's old enemies. Oh, Fang, long time no see. Up to no good again? Right you are. I've been looking for you all day. Let me guess, Eggman hired you? What makes you think that? I got here because of someone who was impersonating him. That was you, wasn't it? Fang chuckled, knowing that Sonic had basically figured out everything. I'd love to answer all these questions, but I've got a job to do and emeralds to find, so if you're up to fighting, go ahead. You'll end up in a capsule like your friends anyway. We'll see about that. Here we have our first boss battle. Fang pulls a giant spiky wrecking ball out of his hovercraft. Despite its looks, this is not the same tool Eggman used to fight Sonic long ago, but this one has a lot more different moves. As the wrecking ball smashed into the ground, it creates a shockwave, forcing Sonic to jump onto a platform that he can find for a few seconds. But while the wrecking ball is stuck in the ground, for those few seconds, Sonic can take the opportunity to hit Fang. While doing just that, Fang will try to shoot Sonic with his pop gun. If Sonic can hit the corks away with his homing attack, he'll soon be able to hit Fang's hovercraft, damaging it. Hold still, will ya? You're the one making me hop everywhere. Also, sick toy you got there. Did Eggman make that for you? I'd rather you hit your head on that instead of my ride. Sounds nice, but I'd like to keep the rings that I have, thank you. After a few more hits, Fang's hovercraft breaks down, leaving Fang defeated. Rats, not now, Fang says as he bangs his hovercraft in frustration. Done already? I was just starting to have fun. Blast you, you dang rodent! I'll get you another time! As that was said, Fang pushed a button that detached the wrecking ball from his hovercraft, and as Fang flies away, the wrecking ball explodes. What the? Where did? As Sonic looks around, he soon realized, shoot, Fang got away. Sonic then moves forward and frees the animals being contained. After that, Sonic took a moment to think. So Eggman's up to something, and Fang's helping him. What's this all about? Sonic then remembers something that Fang said before they fought. Fang said he had a job to do and emeralds to find, huh? Something tells me I should try looking for some warp rings while I'm here. With that said, Sonic runs through the last parts of Splash Hill, preparing for the next part of his new adventure.